So the Texas governor, Greg Abbott, he made an announcement today as I, woke up this afternoon that I'm gonna let you hear his announcement, what he had to say about this. Well, let's go ahead and roll that clip.
So today, I'm issuing a new executive order that rescinds most of the earlier executive orders. Effective next Wednesday, all businesses of any type are allowed to open 100%. That includes any type of entity in Texas. Also, I am ending the statewide mask mandate. Now, despite these changes, remember this: removing state mandates does not end personal responsibility or the importance of caring for your family members and caring for your friends and caring for others in your community. Personal vigilance to follow the safe standards is still needed to contain COVID. It's just that now state mandates are no longer needed. To stay safe, Texans should continue following medical advice on preventing COVID just as they do on other medical issues. That is exactly how Texans were able to deal with infectious diseases in the past, like H1N1. They followed safe practices and they got medical treatment when it was needed. For a year now, Texans have wrestled with COVID, and they have learned best how to conduct their own lives. For example, if businesses want to limit capacity or implement additional safety protocols, they have the right to do so. It is their business, and they get to choose to operate their business the way they want to. At this time, however, people and businesses don't need the state telling them how to operate.
So as you heard, the Texas governor has says next Wednesday, any business of any type can open at 100%, and he's getting rid of the mask mandate. Even though multiple variants of COVID is actually here in Texas, but he's getting rid of it. Now, we know there's one group of people that do not like wearing masks at all. And so they couldn't wait for this. They couldn't wait. They hated masks. They hated all of that. Now, I know healthcare workers who are in my family, who are friends, and I've talked with them. I've even read posts, from some of them, and they're very upset about the mask order being rescinded. Now, the businesses thing, it is what it is on that. But the mask order, because when these people get COVID and spread it all over the place, guess where they're going to go? They're going to go to the hospital saying, I can't breathe and help me and all of that. Now, this is what I'm telling my family, in Texas, black folks or anybody that likes our show and really listen, whoever you may be. I know some of y'all, want to get out to that nightclub so you can drink that Hennessy. You couldn't wait to get to that nightclub and have them bars back open. I know. Oh, I know some of you. Some of you going to be, going back to that Red Rooster place and everywhere else y'all go. I know. But from what we're doing in our household and many other people that I've talked to feel the same way, we're going to continue wearing our mask. We're going to continue socially distancing. Well, I social distance on a good day. And we're going to continue doing everything we were doing before. Nothing has changed. Let Greg Abbott and anybody else that want to follow his no mask, let them do that. Now, Texas, this the interesting thing about those people like that. They don't want to wear a mask and they don't want a vaccine either. You get what I'm saying? I can understand if they had a vaccine and then they say, well, I've been vaccinated, so I don't need a mask. Well, okay, it is what it is, right? But they don't want the vaccine and they don't want to wear a mask at all. That's my big issue with them. Now, let me go another route with this too. Okay. Now, of course, let me address this before I go there. Of course, you're gonna have some black people that, well, the mask don't work anyway, and it is, anything them folks do, they follow. They don't look into, they don't look at anything, they don't research anything. If them folks doing it, they follow it. Like I said, remember what I told you: 2/3 of black folks not gonna make it. So let them do what they do. I'm a firm believer of writing them off. We don't really need them around us because they no earthly good. For Black America, for the Caribbean, for Africa, anywhere else that black folks lie. But the interesting thing with Greg Abbott, because I got to circle this right back to that one, the storm Greg Abbott. See, you pulled a stunt out of Trump's playbook. You don't fool me because I'm always paying attention. Now, in a winter storm, people didn't have power. People were literally froze to death. You were doing rolling blackouts. And do you realize, ladies and gentlemen, in this state, that's not dominating the news at all? When the pressure was on and people filing lawsuits and all of that, all of a sudden he'd do something else to get you off of thinking that way. I say, oh, he following the Trump playbook, because that's what Trump would do. Like Trump would do something and everybody be getting at Trump, then he'd do something crazy or say something crazy and make you like forget about what you was going at him for previously and make you focus on what he's doing now. So what Greg Abbott did today, he went out and said, yep, open all your businesses back up and no mask. And now people's talking about Texas with the no mask situation, and they're not even talking about all these people that froze to death in that winter storm. Because listen, Greg Abbott is a Trump lackey, okay? Anything Donald Trump done and say, this man followed. If Donald Trump said lockdown, he locked down. If Donald Trump say open up, he open up. And it's quite amazing after CPAC, because CPAC just happened. I guess he went to CPAC. I'm pretty sure he did. And then now today, I'm pretty sure he had a conversation with Trump, but that's his boy. And now he come back and do this. I'm like saying the writing is actually on the wall. I know these people. Like, everything with them is political, and everything with them about votes, because these folks are already mad at Greg Abbott, right? A lot of people was mad at him. So he's thinking that, well, hey, if I open the state completely back up, no mask, whatever, hey, I'm going to have all these people, vote for me and be behind me again, right? But no, nobody has forgot the rolling blackouts. Nobody forgot about the boil water notices. Nobody forgot about their water being cut off. Nobody forgot about their family members freezing to death. Nobody forgot about that. And this is the funny thing. All these so-called Republican politicians that don't want no mask, you know what they're doing? They're getting their vaccines. They're getting the COVID vaccine. I hope y'all know that. Even Donald Trump himself got the COVID vaccine before he left the White House. Now, he had the COVID already. He had antibodies, right? And he still went and got the COVID vaccine. That came out. So, with that being said, I've seen videos and, they open it back up. And you know what happens when they open back up? They're going to draw people in over to this state, and then it's going to create more of an issue and a problem. Now, there are some people, some businesses like HEB, and shout out to HEB, they said that they're going to continue wearing masks. Now, the one thing that I do have to say about certain things when it comes to in-person school needs to open up by the fall. I do agree with that. Because we're going to restaurants and we're sitting, socially distanced from each other, and we're eating and talking and everything else in the restaurant, where then kids could be socially distanced in the class. Now I would say let them make them wear their masks like anywhere else in the school or whatever. But when they sit down in class, they socially distance, whatever, let in-person come back, because, it's been over a year now and kids can't keep doing that. I do agree with that. They got to go back to in-person, because I was even, speaking to one of the teachers, even at my daughter's school, and they said that these kids, not getting the things they normally would get if they was in person. I do agree with that. So that's the only thing that I will say, that by fall they need to be in person. That's for sure. But the mask situation and just releasing it right now, and notice I said by the fall, because those people who are interested in taking, the vaccine, they say they're gonna have enough for you by May. That's what they say. I'm not on here to debate who should do what. That's not my decision. That's not what we do over here. My opinions about that, I reserve that for AfricanDiasporaNews.org. If you want to really hear my opinion on that, over there. YouTube, we can't leave them opinions, not at all. But let me know what you think, about this situation, with Greg Abbott. I'm talking about those of you who live in Texas, because anybody outside of Texas, I mean, you can make a comment, but those of you in Texas, the brothers and sisters in the community, are you going to continue just to wear your mask and do your thing? Or are you going to just do what Greg Abbott says and just take your mask off and just inhale all of the air from these strange people that's outside? Let me tell you something. I have noticed that with wearing a mask, I haven't even caught the cold. Every year I will catch a cold. Every year. It's point blank, I will catch a cold. I haven't caught anything. Keeping myself distant from people, wearing my mask, of course, taking my vitamin D3, taking my vitamin C, as I should. You know what I'm saying? So I see that work for me. Like I said, that's what I'm going to continue to do. That's what my family's going to continue to do. Because that's just the way we're going to operate. But let me know what you think.